Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about the Cuckoo Roseate weapon and whether it is worth farming for it right now, or if you should wait until the geometric pyramid comes out. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So as we all know, the geometric pyramid is coming out on April 20th, which is the coming maintenance. And so I know a lot of people have been farming really hard to try to get their Cuckoo Roseate weapon to get it to plus 50, fully augmented, everything ready to go, so that they're ready on day one when the pyramid releases. However, I personally have been taking a different approach. As you can see over here, I do not have a Cuckoo Roseate weapon, simply because, I'm not fortunate enough to get one to drop. But it's not the end of the world, I really don't care that much. The reason I say this is because the very first run of the pyramid, I do not think it is going to be super duper difficult. I think the very first run with no modifiers, you're going to be able to clear it with whatever regular weapon you have. So you run as a group, everyone has a Cinquium weapon or a Relic weapon or even a Griaga weapon, and you're going to be fine. You're going to be able to finish the entire thing. You might not get a perfect score where you don't fail any of the side quests, but you will be able to complete it. Maybe you'll fail 8 out of the 10 side quests out of all 6 floors, but at the end of the day, you're going to be able to clear it. And so my theory is when you're progressing through the geometric labyrinth, you're going to get the Cuckoo Roseate weapons naturally. So right now the drop rate is really abysmal and really low, and especially if you want specific weapons such as the rod, you have to farm at Mount Magnus. If you want the katana, you have to farm at Vanford Labs as well as Rezel Force. And I don't really want to farm at these places right now. I'm very happy chilling in Retem El Noth, or even farm at lower levels to complete my Relentless training. I'm still working on that. Once I complete Relentless training, or the first lap, I will be making a video about it to go over all the different rewards, so stay tuned for that. But honestly, this week has just been a super chill week for me. I've actually been playing a lot of Valorant and a lot of other games just to prevent burnout, because honestly there's not much to do this week unless you're playing catch up. So if you've taken a month off or several months off and you've come back because you've heard, oh, there's an actual end game coming in, and then you're trying to gear up right now, then there's plenty of stuff to do this week. But for a consistent player like myself, there's not really much to do this week other than just make more Meseta, maybe farm a couple extra capsules, and that's about it. But back to the subject about Cuckoo Roseate weapons dropping in the pyramid. So the reason why I have this theory that we're going to be getting a lot of Cuckoo Roseate weapons in the pyramid is because there are 6 floors, and on each floor there is a quote-unquote floor boss, and those bosses are going to drop Cuckoo Roseate weapons because they're basically a veteran mob which is above level 31. Because remember, the pyramid's difficulty will scale off your strongest player, and since the majority of people who are going to be tackling the pyramid are going to be level 45, all of the mobs that you fight in the pyramid are also going to be level 45, which includes the bosses as well as the gigantics. So if you don't have a Cuckoo Roseate weapon right now, I would not panic and go to the market and spend a ton of Meseta on buying one. I would just take it really easy, maybe farm for the augments that you would like to actually put on the Cuckoo Roseate weapon when you actually need it later down the line. However, I would not waste my Meseta buying a Cuckoo Roseate weapon this week. Now, the alternative is, of course, if you have nothing to do and you just want to play PSO2, you have that itch, then of course, you can go out of your way and go farm for those weapons specifically. But as for myself, I really don't want to farm Labs or Rezel Force right now, and I'm really content farming in Retem, especially with the Relentless training. That's fresh, that's interesting for me right now, and so I'm really enjoying that process, and that's why I really haven't gone out of my way to farm for a Cuckoo Roseate weapon. But remember, at the end of the day, it's all about having fun. If you're having fun farming for a Cuckoo weapon, then by all means, go ahead. So when will we actually need the Cuckoo Roseate weapon? Well, it's after you complete the geometric labyrinth multiple times and you've unlocked all of the different modifiers. The more modifiers you have, the higher score you're going to get, the more loot you're going to get, and that's how the system works. And so if you care about efficiency and you want to get the most loot per hour, that is when the Cuckoo Roseate weapon is going to come into play, because it's going to reward you for higher difficulty. So the bosses are going to get stronger, the mobs are going to get stronger, you're going to get harder side missions, but you will get rewarded amply for your time. Now, if you don't care about efficiency and you want easy mode the entire time, you can run the geometric pyramid multiple times without any modifiers, and you can farm it perfectly fine with your relic weapon, your sanguine weapon, your Guryaga weapon, but just keep in mind that you're not going to be farming as efficient as other people. So that is the trade-off here. If you want to be efficient and you care about farming a lot of the things in the geometric pyramid, because maybe the new capsules are going for a lot of money on the marketplace, or the cuckoo weapons are still going for a lot of money, or you're trying to get a high fixa on a cuckoo weapon, then you want to run multiple modifiers to get the higher scores, to get more loot per run, so that you're more efficient with your time. However, of course, there is the trade-off of you need a little bit more gear and you do need to be a little bit more skilled because the difficulty will ramp up significantly. So it's really up to you on how you want to tackle this challenge. Do you want to run multiple instances of easy mode, or do you want to go on super hard mode but get rewarded amply if you do complete it? And to be frank with you guys, there is no wrong answer here. The geometric pyramid is endgame content, so if you want to do it, you do it, and you can tackle it in whatever way you want. You want to run it solo, no hit run, by all means, be my guest. You want to run it as a group in easy mode or run it as a group and get carried, that's perfectly fine as well. So in conclusion, if you are unable to get a Kukurozia weapon by the end of this week, it's not the end of the world. You don't need a Kukurozia weapon to complete the very first run of the pyramid. You're gonna be fine. It's when you want to tackle the pyramid with all the modifiers to get those really high scores, to get more loot and be more efficient with your time, that is when you're going to need the Kukurozia weapon. However, if you're a PSO2 addict like myself and you play 8 hours a day, well, you can run the pyramid with no modifiers multiple times, but the loot that you get at the end of the run is not going to be as significant as running it with all those multipliers and getting the higher scores. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!
What can I say except you're welcome, for the heals, the boosts, the rest.